and share my screen as well. All right. Put that there. Awesome. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, cool. Oh, this is new. I guess Michael added this. Alrighty, so first things first, the way that I like to always look at the market is first, let me hit the mute button. There you go. So the way I like to always look at the market is start with VIX and SPY. So earlier this week, I basically called the original top of the week, and then I mentioned we want to close above 745 on SPY, and that we don't want VIX to pop. So it popped up, gap filled here, right? And then rejected down. So as long as we stay below 20, things are relatively peaceful and we're good for continuation higher. SPY closed above that 745 line that I was talking about. That's now the important level going forward, 745. We don't want to go and close back below. We can wick below, right? So let's say we start the week maybe red, and then we wick and go higher. That's ideal. So we can wick below, but we definitely don't want to close below 745 because then you start having a potential double top, right? And then you can go lower. So on that end, I think the market's relatively stable and we're good to go. So the next items I look for when kind of looking at plays and what I want to enter is I'll use a combination of TraderDaddy and TradingView. So I like to go to the sector flow page. And then I believe, yeah, today should still be showing yesterday, even though the market's closed. So we can take a look here, what sectors have money flowing in and are doing good. So quickly scrolling through this, tech looks like it's doing pretty good. The best ones are the ones that basically glow orange. Semis, regional banks, but the sentiment on these is somewhat meh. And then you have quantum, and I actually entered a quantum play into close. We'll also take a look at solar. So quantum, tech, semis seem to be doing the best. And then we can always verify that with the chart as well, right? Just quickly scroll through these. So energy, obviously we know energy is taking a dump. Then you have healthcare. Had a rejection, came back, retested at 200 daily. This could actually find support, so healthcare would be good to keep in mind. Your consumer staples going lower now, right? Not a very good play. Utilities not doing anything. Real estate not doing anything. Banks had a big rejection day. And the one we are mainly interested in, right? Tech. XLK looks pretty solid. That it could basically go back to near all-time highs. 196 target for this week. We look at SMH here. SMH is at all-time highs, right? So it continued this stair-step pattern. 680 would be the level for this week for take profits on SMH. And then the other one is QTUM, which is quantum. Again, also looking pretty strong here to potentially break out. So now we have a bias for next week, right? We believe SPY is going to be bullish. We know the best sectors going into next week based on TraderDaddy and TradingView, right? Because it's kind of calling it out. You can also see the net flows, and then from there we can actually go and look at individual stock plays, and we'll do that now. Any questions so far? Got it. Okay, no questions. Cool. So let's say we click into technology here, and let's say, I need to add a filter, but let's do high premium, to SanDisk. Alright, let's go back to the main page. Let me do this week. Then let's take a look at the largest premium. So what do we have here? Interesting, SpaceX with 25 million targeting 0717. So we can take a look at that after. But I just want to look at technology and semi stocks. What do we have here? We have MU, Marvel, Intel. Yeah, nothing crazy is really popping out here. So I'm gonna give you guys my personal top plays that I think are gonna do really well. So for Quantum, the one that I chose here that I'm personally playing is QBTS. So I bought it once it closed here above the 200. My stop is down here around 22.5. Right, looking for obviously continuation higher. That's my pick for Quantum. Um, how's Ionic doing? Ionic's doing pretty well too. Ionic is the only actual semi-profitable quantum company. All the other ones are just losing money. But if we're playing a technical pop, that's okay. Otherwise, if you want to own any quantum company long term, I wouldn't own anything but Ionic. That's like the only one that actually makes sense. Semis, everyone knows what the top semi stocks are, right? You have things like AMD. Philip mentioned earlier this week he bought 700 leaps for AMD. Once it closes 542.5, AMD is going higher, right? But I think AMD is a little expensive for a lot of people to play, depending on if you're trying to own the stock or just play options on it. Marvel came in here with a rejection candle, right? Big wick. So I would go ahead and kind of disqualify it for next week. Right, looks weaker out of the group. ARM continuing higher. Taiwan Semiconductors, massive breakout candle. If you have the money, this is a good one to play. If you buy July for TSM, TSM is a solid play. I like to buy things that are beaten up, so my personal go-to that I've been accumulating here is Avgo. I bought half my position down here, mentioned it in the chat. Since then it's gapped up. I don't want to buy the rest of my position yet. I'm going to see if I can get some sort of gap fill around 400. Doesn't have to be the full gap, but even something like this would be nice. So that's my pick here, is any pullback on Avgo. I'm buying more shares. And the other one that I'm playing, also mentioned it earlier in the chat, I think this one's looking really good, is Google. Right? 1, 2, 3. You can see buyers are stepping in. First batch of buyers, flush, went higher, flush. This is going to 380. If not next week, probably within the next 2-3 weeks for sure. So if you want some solid plays, those would be my top 3 picks in the semi and tech related space. Is Google, TSM and Avgo. Someone asked, if I gave you $100 to manage, could you give me back $100,000 by Monday? Yeah, Zig. I'm gonna, what is that, 100x, 1000x your money? There's supposed to be a chat for this channel. I always forget that there is. Ah, there you go. Yeah, if you guys have any tickers you actually want me to review, you can put them in the chat, and I'll do that, and we can look over them. I know space is a popular theme. Let's actually take a look at what's SpaceX's ticker? SPSX. There you go. We saw a crazy amount of premium into close right here. SpaceX, you had a block, so not a normal flow, calls, and you had 25.4 million. Actually, this is closing, so I did not see that. But let's take a look at SpaceX anyways, right? Because there's a lot of hype with this. So where I personally have an alert is gap filling the first day. Went higher, massive rejection wick here. Found some buying, so I might not get lucky. It might just consolidate here, go higher. So how am I going to gauge price action? I'm just by levels. So if we stay above this upper wick, right, that we swept, we stay above 176.5. SpaceX is bullish, can go higher. First target level for going higher is 195. After that, it can easily go back towards all-time highs. If we break below this yellow line, I'm targeting a gap fill of 160. And then from here, I would gauge what price action does. Does it find buyers, reject, go higher? I know options open up for SpaceX, and the premiums are insane, and the moves are also insane. Like you can make 100% on your option in like 2 days. So if you guys want, just mark out these levels and play the levels as described. Someone asked me to look at ASTS, so we can take a look at that. I think they had some negative news. Okay, they had some positive news, but something with SpaceX canceling them did happen. So sitting right at the daily here, 200 daily moving average. Found some buyers sweeping below 80. You do not want to see it go back down below 80. If it does, there's a high chance it can go lower, 75, then 70. So you want it to respect this bottom wick and not go lower, because otherwise it's going to actually get flushed lower. If it dips down, finds some support, starts going back up, you're good. Otherwise, 75 can easily happen, and from 75 all the way down to 70. I don't think it goes below 70. I think if it does flush, 70 would be the lowest point for it. But I also think it's one of the weaker space companies, and I dropped it earlier this week around one of these wicks, and I bought Rocket Lab, which has been nicely consolidating on my bands right here. These are my long-term accumulation bands, right? Found buyers. You can see every time I try to push lower, buyers have been stepping in. So long-term, Rocket Lab is better than ASTS, and I will not be owning any more ASTS in the future. The other ones that I have somebody who's a very strong believer in, and I trust that person because they've made millions in the market, told me to buy RDW. So I bought a bunch of leaps on this stock, and again, it's in my long-term accumulation bands. You can see these keep playing out perfectly. Came down, consolidating. You can see buying volume is coming in. You could, for the sake of just doing it, because I'm very confident this will at least go back up. You can play leaps on this. Just buy like 2 or 3 contracts. They're not expensive for January. Um, you know, this dropped 50%, which is again another reason for buying. So RDW, Rocket Lab for space. Don't touch any of the other garbage. FLNC, Fluence Energy. So this one looks like it's a gapping piece of shit. Gap went down, gapped, consolidated. Energy is gonna do well. Like things like Fluence Energy, BE, right? This went back up. I regret this so much. Came into the bands perfectly. I mentioned buying it, didn't actually buy it. 40% after. You can buy whatever the fuck you want energy related that's not oil, and it'll do good. So top names would be BE, FLNC, and then TE. T1 Energy is the other one. T1 is the lowest out of them right now. So if you want purely from a standpoint of what's not near all-time highs and is cheap, this is the one. This is gonna get its leg higher. You can buy leaps on this, buy calls on this. So TE and FLNC are both good plays. BE is more expensive, but it is the leader in the space. If you have money, I would just own BE outright. Just buy like 33 shares. Wait for it to go down, buy 33 more. And then E, this is more nuclear related. I don't like this stock. I don't like this company. The chart looks like it's bottoming out. It's just a different thesis from the other energy companies. This is all more nuclear related. So same thing as SMR, right? People have been talking about this for fucking forever. I bought SMR somewhere here, ended up getting flushed, and said I would never exit it, and I'm happy because it's done nothing for 180 days now. Although as of yesterday, it did break this trend line. And that is a really nice amount of bullish volume. So if you were to finally enter SMR, I think this might be like, yeah, your best opportunity to do so. You can do a stop loss at the bottom of this candle and then just hold it. How's uranium doing in general? Yeah, uranium as a sector is trending down, so Oklo not doing too well either. I just don't like uranium right now. Alright, let's see. On this. So I'm stuck in on this as well. I'm not doing anything with it. Just wait. Like, just forget that on this even exists for probably 3 to 6 months, and it's gonna be fine. I hate this stock officially now because everyone was hyping the fuck out of it all year, and then this is what it gave us. Just nothing. And we hoped we would get this, and we got this, right? So just hold your on this, don't do anything. I'm just keeping mine. 3 to 6 months. Alright, let's take a look. What else do you guys have? Tesla. Let's actually look, use Trader Daddy Pro because I'm supposed to be, promoting my own product, and I'm just using TradingView. Alright, so it is the weekend, markets closed, gamma levels are going to refresh. This is as of OPEX, but you have your bottom level here, 390, which makes sense, right? Again, if you do the triple flush thing, I can't draw here, but came down, 1, flushed, 2, found buyers, 3, right? That's a bull setup right there. So as long as Tesla doesn't go below 390 now, Tesla is going to be going higher. 410 would be the first target. Right, came down to this 390. 1, 2, 3. As long as it holds above 390 right here, we're good. Gamma flip line, 400. Ideally, just opens higher, 410, first target, second target, 200 daily, breaks above 200 daily. It can go towards this downward sloping trend. It's going to tap somewhere here. I have no clue where. Obviously, I can't predict that, but it breaks this, it'll probably then reject somewhere here. 430-ish would be a good level for that. So you have your targets, right? 410, 415, 430. Markets are really easy, guys. You just play targets and draw lines. Let's see. Knock. Nope. No. Is it 2Ks? Oh no. Here it is. Nokia. Alright. You see where my long-term accumulation bands are? Let it come in here. Set your alert. Let's say 1280. Buy the company. Do nothing after. I think Nokia is gonna do fine, but if you would need, obviously always have a hard stop. If you buy 1280, let's set up an actual play here. Assuming it goes to 20 bucks long term, something like this. So you get almost a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. Comes into the bands. You wouldn't want to let it go lower. If it does go lower, you give it some room for a flush. You definitely don't want it to go lower than this gap, because when you get a gap, right, especially a gap with continuation, that's a representation of buyers strongly believing in the stock. And you can see this gap plus this candle had a shit ton of volume transaction, so it was, and you can see the volume here too, so it was highly transacted. If these buyers let the stock flush lower, that definitely means they're not in their positions anymore. So it's to go higher. It should not go back below. Otherwise, fuck Nokia and don't touch that company anymore, because that means the buyers are quitting on it. Next question. Can you give me a step-by-step process when looking at the Trader Daddy indicators? What time frames? There is a guide that I have, like the PDF guide. If you read that, that's good enough. But I just use it in a very simple way. Nowadays, I've disabled most of the things on my indicators, and I'll use Trader Daddy Pro for the gamma levels, and then for the indicators, I just do daily. I buy anything that I like that comes into these bands, and then generally speaking, if you want me to show you how to quickly use this, right, this goes green, you buy, things go higher. And that's basically it, right? Both go green, you buy, things go higher. Both go red, don't actually buy puts because we're not in a bear market. But when one goes red or the other goes blue, that just means neutral, right? So as an example, went blue, went red, right? We got into a neutral state, went back to green, went higher, and then short term. So the volume, which is this one, is short term, the oscillator is long term. So if you want to re-enter a position short term, so let's say right here, right, we gap down, green, this stayed green, this went back to green, that means continuation higher. And that's all you need to know for the indicators. It's really that simple. Just double green is good, comes into these bands buy, and if you want Fibonacci levels, you get support, resistance, and you also get take profit levels, but I actually need to remove those. I don't use those. There you go. Cool. Actually, let me put this back. What about Wi-Fi? What is Wi-Fi? White fiber. Ooh, this looks good. I don't know what this is, but this looks good. This actually looks really good for continuation. I would play this. And also it aligns with the indicators. You can see double green again, which is good. You have buying volume, which is good. And let's see, did this sweep all-time highs? What is that? 40.75. This went to 40.74. So this is literally a perfect double top. But if it consolidates here for a little bit and then breaks higher, this can just keep going, whatever this is. I like that, that looks good. You can see the crazy amount of buying volume too. I wonder if it has gamma levels. Good option sentiment. Max pain. Strikes. Doesn't look like it's going to give me gamma levels. I think it's too new of a stock. Yeah, it's just saying call gamma is 40, so if it breaks 40, it can go higher. Let's look at some breaking out stuff, because I personally find this to be the best page on the site. I prefer this to whale flows. I don't know. I like technicals more than I care about flows of anything. So we take a look at this, right? What's breaking out? We already looked at B. We know B is doing good. Clean breakout. Mentioned it's going to go higher. Scanner caught that here. F-Cell. So F-Cell is another energy company, by the way. So we talked about TE, FLNC. F-Cell is the other one. I think this also looks really nice. If I go back to the charts so I could draw. Right, this looks beautiful. You're going to have the volume flip tomorrow or on Monday's open. Basically went down to the bands. Buying volumes coming in. And then if you draw your lines. Rejected the first time, broke cleanly the second time. This one's also going higher. I'm going to buy some. Let me put that on my buy list. Uh, Yeah, FCell, TE, and FLNC. You can buy any of those. They're all going higher in a year. You'll make money. Okay, so FCell broke out. What else do we have? Some other good plays. Oh, look at that. Wi-Fi is on there. So Wi-Fi the bullish breakout as well. What is AMBQ? Are you gonna load? Okay. Semiconductors. I always find it hard to play stocks like this because you have no price levels and usually you know absolutely nothing about the company. So, but all I can really see here is just there's been non-stop buying, and this last candle again, massive green buying. So keep it on your radar. Looks like it could definitely keep going higher. AMBQ. Intel, Roblox, Airbnb. Yeah, lots of good breakouts. Lots of stuff to play. Right, we take a look at Intel. Yeah, clean breakout above. This one's again a super easy play. If it opens green Monday, it's going to 140. Just a quick, literally 1 day scalp. This is a 1 day move here. It's not going to take more than that. 140 is the call wall. I can always confirm. Intel, So I have it at 150 here. So 140 first, then 150. But I think 140 comes first as a quick scalp that you can play on until Monday open. Very nice. You can clearly see from like all the gaps where money flowed in from Wednesday to Thursday after that announcement, because all of the semis gapped up. And so if money flew in overnight, they're going to want to get some percentage higher before taking profit. So you can expect semis to run for at least a day or two, right? Because if you bought somewhere here, if you make 15% in 3 days, I think you'd take profit. But 10% usually not enough. People are greedy. 15 to 20% definitely way better. And the same thing goes for any of these stocks, right? AMD didn't get as big of a gap, so that's why I could keep running further. Somewhere around 600 is actually where I could see AMD going. All right, DRAM. Just buy this anytime that the DRAM drops. Unfortunately, you saw I have my alert here. I wanted to buy some cash secured puts. Didn't get the chance to. Uh, didn't touch my alert, but with DRAM, the lesson is anytime this thing dips, right? Like for an ETF, this is crazy. 163% on an ETF in 2.5 months. Anytime this dips, just buy it as a long-term hold. Like don't even do options, like just buy equity, hold this for 5 years, and this is gonna destroy SPY. Let's see, a stack from Rise, helpful. What's this? That's a pick entries and exits. Yeah, I agree with this. Just DCA. That's something I have preached before. Like, even when I do my wheel strategy, I told you guys I do like a 33, 33, 33. So, for example, on Avgo, right, it came down here on this candle. I did 33 shares. Comes down to 400. I'll do another 33 shares. And then once it's in a confirmed uptrend again, maybe even if it's somewhere like up here, I'll do another 33 shares. 100 shares, average would be somewhere around 400. Away it goes. Same thing with Google. Bought 33 shares on the close of this candle. Bought another 33 shares on the close of this candle. Last 33 will be once we get above 380 on a confirmed uptrend. DCAing is absolutely the best thing you can do as a trader. So I completely agree with this. Buying low, selling high, everyone says it. It's hard to do. For you to realistically buy low, you need to be able to mentally buy red. Someone's talking over me? Who's talking over me? I'm the only one talking. Not in English. Is anyone else here talking? Anyways. Yeah, buy low, sell high. Really, this means buy maximum fear, sell maximum greed. Easier said than done. To truly be able to buy low, you need to be able to, again, buy red. So I'll give you an example, right? This candle ended with a massive green, but at some point, imagine it was just a big red candle all the way here at 346 at Google, right? Your brain will sense fear here. Now this is the perfect time to buy for that exact reason, right? Because extreme fear, 15% discount on a mega cap, so on and so forth. But it's hard to do. Same thing with buying green, right? If you saw this candle right here, big bullish candle, all-time highs, would you have really sold out here? No. Alright, so it's hard to do. But you have to kind of train your brain to at least be able to take partial profits. I need like a mute button for people. So let's see what other good plays we can give you guys. I think we've covered a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things you can play and make money next week. Like anything tech and semis, you should be fucking making money. Let's see, VST. That's not actually a good breakout. Obviously, Mu has bullish continuation. Not even surprised, right? Mu's going higher. Most of us can't play Mu because, well, it's just too expensive. All right, let's also like take a look at the breakout triangles. What do we have here? So Airbnb popped up on both. How's that looking? All right, nice triangle break. A little late for that. Hmm. Yeah, it'll hit 145, but it's just too short of a play. So I'm not sure I like it. What else do we have? JD broke out. I need to somehow optimize this scanner. It seems to show stuff that's already like broken out. It's really good breakouts, right? Like it's really good wedges and triangles. It's just there is a little behind. Let's see, what's D? This one looks better. Disney, I hate Disney. That is a clean breakout though. So if you hate Disney but you want to make money on it, play it to the 200 daily. Yeah, some nice volume on it as well. Disney's gonna run. I refuse to play this fucking company, but this one's gonna go. It can easily touch the 200 daily. Probably within this week. Very nice buying volume here as well. Let's see. I have a question for those that want to buy calls. Let's use WYFI. Given we believe it's going to continue going up, safe to assume you shouldn't buy past the pinch strike, right? So with buying calls, if we take a look at WYFI, the pinch strike acts as a wall most of the time, right? And it slows down momentum. If you're playing super far out of the money, so first let's make up a pinch strike. I think the pinch strike was 40, but let's say it shifts next week and we get a pinch strike of 45, right? So your question becomes, if I'm playing calls in this, do I play, let's say, 45s, or do I play 50s, or do I play in the money? So if you play in the money, you're gonna get the least amount of movement on your option in terms of gains, but you're also going to get the least amount of loss, right? Because let's say you're in the money, you're out of the money, you're out of the money. If this goes red and you cut your position, the in the money is going to lose you the least amount of money. Or, yeah, in the money. If you're playing out of the money, it's going to lose you more. Now, if you play the 45 strike, that's out of the money, and you get a pop, that's good profits. If you play the 50, let's say you're playing 50s, and you get a quick pop, you will actually make more money than if you played the 45. Now, if it's not a quick pop, right? So if it's, let's say it pops in one day. If it pops in one day, the 50 out of the money wins, okay? But if it doesn't pop in one day, let's say it goes up, down, and then touches it on day 3. Let's say it takes 3 days to touch 45. then the 45 out of the monies are going to make you more than the 50 out of the monies. Does that make sense? So it's a matter of how fast do you think the move is going to happen. If you think the move is going to happen literally next day, then buying as far out of the money basically as you can will make you the most amount of money. But if the move is more gradual, you're better off playing something not super far out, not in the money, but somewhere in between, right? So in this case, 45. Because if you go too far out, you're taking on too much risk and you're basically gambling on how fast the stock's going to go up. If you play in the money, that's the safest and you're still playing a leverage. I personally play in the money because I don't like risk. But if you do want some risk, then like right in between is good. Would you leverage the zones and pivots? Yeah, that's the only one I actually have enabled, is I have zones and pivots enabled. And by default it chooses the woody pivot type, which I find to be pretty good because very few people use it. Oh, I didn't know I don't... Okay, so I actually muted Orchid. You guys just need to mute him as well. I thought it's server mutes, and I guess not. Oh, there you go, I can server mute. I just clicked mute. My bad. Do I need to server mute anyone else? My bad. You guys can always rewatch the recording. I have him muted on my end. I just didn't server mute him. I don't know why people join and don't like turn off their mics. But yeah, I hope for those who at least heard it that this made sense of when you should play super far out of the money, less far of the money, and then in the money. And if you guys have questions, just drop them in the chat because my goal is to help you all make money and become better traders. And realistically, you can do that very easily by just drawing lines on a chart and nothing else. And remember, SPY, as long as we stay above 745, we are bullish. If you want a big red flag, we close below 745. If we close anywhere down here, you should really start de-risking your positions, and that means summer is going to suck. Otherwise, all-time highs it is. Let's see, can we find some more plays? I gotta work on the triangle scanners. This one is not my favorite. I don't like it anywhere as much as I like the momentum one. What's May? Whatever this is, fuck this. I don't like these candles. Too impulsive. DNA, Roblox. Should we play Roblox? No. Screw Roblox. Let's see. How do I add the indicators to TradingView? If you were an original member, they don't actually come included. I should have specified this, but basically when I upped the price to $50, I wanted to give users like another incentive because I guess we're too nice and we just give out free shit all the time. But I was like, okay, we're raising the price to $50. What else can I give people? And I was like, I'll give them my custom TradingView indicators because honestly, these are awesome. But otherwise, they cost like $7 a month. Um, and you can find a link to them on the website. You can find a link to them in Discord. Let's take a look at RAC. What is RAC? Ooh, Data Center Supply Chain ETF. That is new. Interesting. What is in here? MU, STX, SNDC. So this is basically another DRAM, but it also has Avgo, Nvidia, AMD, and ANET. This is nice. I'm adding this. I'm gonna start playing CSPs on this. Thank you. I like this a lot. Too bad I missed out on the dump here. Would be nice to buy, but does this have, one sec, I want to check Robinhood if this already has options enabled on it. See rack. Trade. No, it doesn't have options yet. Damn it. So once this has options, I'll definitely be playing this. Same thing as DRAM. I just looked at the holdings. Just anytime this dips because of what it holds inside of it, buy this and hold it for 5 years, and you'll make more money than the SPY will give you. With these ETFs, there's no point timing them or trading them. Like just buy them and hold them. Because I mean, again, look what's inside, right? You have all the biggest memory, and then you have the best semis in there as well. ETN. Actually, you just mentioned ETN, LBZ. What is ETN? This is going higher, whatever this is. Electrical products. Need a description. Power management. Okay, got it. Aerospace, vehicle, e-mobility. Yeah, a company like this is going to do well. They probably also pay good dividends if I had to guess. 1.10. 1.10. Yeah, they increased their dividends. That's not bad. That's a good long-term hold. Kind of expensive, but this will go higher. Um, and it's in line with the whole AI thing, so if you want to own it as a long-termer, since you have fucking millions, you can just buy leaps on it, and you'll be good. What do you mean, no, no, no? Oh, sorry. Tens of millions. I have to correct myself. Speaking of RAM, yeah, SK Hynix is getting listed. I heard that too. But it's going to be ridiculously expensive as well. Like all of these companies, all of these memory companies are just absurd at this point. Um, I remember looking at Western Digital yesterday, and I swear, like 2 months ago, it was $200. Like I remember seeing it here, and I was like, Western Digital, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Look at this. Like all of these companies is just insane. SanDisk as well, like 268%. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens in like 3, 4 years times. Like, will we ever get some kind of like pop where these companies go down 40%? If they do, if anyone ever remembers in the future, and you see any of these companies down 40%, you should so buy them. Would I buy Western Digital? Um, Me personally, no, just because, like I said, I visually can't comprehend this chart. Like, I can't comprehend any of the memory charts. To me, they're all crazy. But could this hit 1,000? More than likely, yeah. Someone asked for VIEV. This is just compressing, consolidating. This is a photonics company. If you want a better option, buy either AAOI or AXTI. All of these are good long-term holds. And if you're going to play options on them, because I know you do, give it 2 to 3 months out. Because most of the photonics companies are down a lot right now. And then the leader, which is Siena, this one's completely breaking down at this point. Some of the other ones are holding. But yeah, I like AAOI, AEHR, and AXTI. I like all of those. Just give it some time. US Quantums. Very nice volume play here. Someone bought into something. Uh, looks good as long as it has continuation, right? This candle looks promising. realistically, let's say 7.5. You don't want to see it go down below. It can maybe dip, some people take profit, but you want to see it stay above 7.5. Otherwise, it'll probably flush lower. The thing is, companies like this have no thesis. Like, they just exist on hopes and dreams, and every once in a while someone gets lucky, it gets a pop, they make their money, and then the company keeps getting dumped. It's just some shitty quantum company that doesn't do anything. Powy. Power integrations. This is good. Anything power is going to do well. Right, I'm just going to draw some levels on the charts. Gapped up near all-time highs. Here's your first level, 85. Next level, 90. Next level, 95. It's amazing how stocks tend to move in $5 intervals. If you haven't noticed it and you ever want to look at a new stock, like let's say even something like SpaceX, always look at $5 round numbers. So your fives, your tens, and that's it. Like, that's how it's going to move. That's how stocks all move. Is if it's a large enough company, obviously. If it's a micro cap, that doesn't happen. But if it's a large enough company, it moves in tiers of 5 on its moves. Any other questions, guys? I know I didn't really go into TD Pro that much. I probably should, just to see what we could find. Let's do that real quick. Let's do out of the money. Let's do premium. Okay, cool. And let's do sentiment flow opening calls. Alright, let's see what we got call wise. What are people playing? QCOM. Actually, QCOM's a good one. That is one I did not cover, and I like QCOM a lot. This looks great. Ooh, yeah, this one looks good. Especially with today's volume. Look at that volume. It got compressed because of OPEX. Couldn't get past that 230, which I'm assuming was the previous call wall of this week. But this is going back up to 250, so there you go. Another free play. And I think I'll actually join you guys on this one. 250, let's say 2 weeks out. I like to play things safe, so I'll buy July 17th. This is good. I like QCOM a lot. So there you go. That's a sample of looking at the flow and then actually looking at the chart and entering the position. The trade button should hopefully go live, by the way, guys. Just a preview. None of you can do this, but the idea is you can copy any single trade on the chart. Full transparency, the broker is Tradeer. You can connect your account, and then you'll be able to trade anything on the site. And I'll also add the option to do like multi-leg option strategies for those that are interested. But yeah, that should hopefully go live soon. We're trying to sign a partnership marketing agreement with them, and then you have the trade button like all across the site. So you find anything you like on the website, you can instantly trade it on your phone or on the browser without needing to go into your broker, as long as you throw some money into Tradeer one time. So yeah, QCOM good. We looked at memory, obviously all of those are running. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up at that. I mean, watch the recording. I think I give at least 10 different high quality plays out. I'll probably track them just for fun. But I think next week is looking like a good week for us unless Trump says something over the weekend. Any final questions, guys? Alright, if not, have a wonderful weekend, guys. Thank you all.